welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mads and today we have a reading vlog, which is where I read only thriller books for a week, and it was a doozy. It was a freaking good one. Now I realized editing back, because yes, this is future me coming in to talk to you about some of the books I read this week. Well, not this week, but in this, you get the gist. I forgot to film an intro and an outro, just naturally, as you do. So the premise of this vlog is I'm going to literally just read thriller books for a week, and you can just watch me do that. I had a lot of fun. Just read some goddamn bangers. Like, read a lot of bangers. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Hello, it is Monday. I just got back from my walk and Missy Lola's walk, and I just had a shower and everything. I thought I would just walk you through the books that I'm hoping to get to this week. I have been looking forward to filming this video for so long. I have already started reading one. I started it last night, so I will leave that last because I'm actually 120 pages in already. It actually has a really good audiobook as well. I just ran out of Spotify hours and I'm like, ugh, do I go and buy more Spotify hours or do I just go and buy the audiobook? I'm not quite sure yet, because usually I've only been reading and listening to Zodiac Academy for a month, but usually I will listen to a different audiobook that I'm reading, but I'm actually very much just loving listening and physically reading, sometimes at the same time. But I exercise a fair bit. I go on quite a lot of walks, so I do like 50% of, I don't know why I'm going on this tangent, but 50% of the time that I get through a book is through audiobook, and I think I'm just gonna have both physical and audiobook because you know what, slay. Anyways, first up out of my little pile that I have here is The Troop by Nick Cutter. Now this is actually a horror book technically. This is very popular in the horror space right now. I've seen phenomenal reviews online. I actually don't know anything about it. I was wanting to go into it blind, but I think I'll just talk to you about it. I'll just read the back. He felt something touch his hand, which is when he looked down, which is when he saw it, which was when he screamed. Okay. For the scouts of Troop 52, 3 days of camping, hiking and survival lessons on Falstaff Island is as close as they'll get to a proper holiday. But when a figure stumbles into their camp asking for food, the trip takes a horrifying turn. The man is not just hungry, he's sick in a way they have never seen before. Cut off from the mainland, the troop face a terror far worse than anything they could have made up around a campfire. To survive, they will have to fight their fears, the elements, and eventually each other. That's interesting. That is not what I thought it was going to be, which I'm glad I read it because I do think my expectations were and are a little bit high for this book, if I'm being honest. I still kind of don't really know what that means. Okay, so they're camping and some random dude shows up and he's sick. Cool. The next one is I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. Heather was raving about this book, and when Heather raves about a book, usually I like it, especially thriller books. I'll taste the line quite well on that. Now, she said it's quite best to go in blind. I believe the only thing she said was that a girl goes missing. Yeah, I feel like her daughter goes missing. It says a tragic accident. It all happened so quickly she couldn't have prevented it, could she? In a split second, Jenna Gray's world descends into a nightmare. Her only hope of moving on is to walk away from everything she knows to start fresh. I think her child got kidnapped. That's my guess. It could be completely wrong, but if I read it, we will find out this week. Then the next one we have Our Darkest Summer. Look at how adorable this cover is. I am so obsessed, and it also heavily inspired the graphics in Breaking Point, my debut ice hockey romance book, because look at that. Adorable. Anyways, I do want to go into this blind. This has been a very highly anticipated read for me, and it looks ginormous. Do not let that fool you because the font is so big, and it's on Kindle, so I know I'll fly through it. I know that this is romance and thriller. I know that they're trying to solve a cold case, and that's all I know. I've seen like snippets. I think like the killer is like leaving creepy notes and stuff, but I'm very excited to read that. Now onto the book that I am currently reading. So creepy, so good. The Girls Are Never Gone. I am thoroughly loving this so much. I love anything spooky and paranormal, and if this ends up being a 5-star, I could end up just not reading like any book from that stack and go down a ghost rabbit hole. But anyways, Dare Chase doesn't believe in ghosts, but as the host of Attachments, her brand new paranormal investigation podcast, she knows she has to keep her doubts to herself if she wants to win over listeners. Her first season subject is the Arrington Estate, a sprawling manor rumored to be haunted by the spirit of Athleen Bell, who drowned in its lake almost 30 years ago. Dare's more interested in investigating the suspicious circumstances of Athleen's death, which she thinks point to a decades-old murder, not something supernatural. But Arrington is full of surprises. As Dare is drawn deeper into the mysteries of the estate, she'll have to rethink the boundaries of what is possible, because if something is lurking in the lake, it might not be willing to let her go. It is so good. Paranormal ghost books are definitely a hit or a miss, especially if they're written by a male author, because for some reason male authors love to sexualize women, especially in horror. I am 122 pages in. I'm that far in. I believe it's 316 pages, so I'm about to be halfway. I am having such a good time, and like I said, the audiobook is so good. I don't really have any more updates. The writing is really great. I didn't even realize it was YA until like she mentioned her age. She mentioned something about adding it to her college resume. There is also LGBTQ representation, which is really great. The main character is bisexual, and there is a little bit of a romance going on with one of the other girls there that are restoring the house, and it's quite cute. I just really hope it is a paranormal haunting and not like someone else doing it, but we shall see. I have no theories, just vibes at the moment. And speaking of paranormal thriller, while I have you here, I actually wrote my own Deadly Occupants. It is Pretty Little Lies meets Paranormal Activity. It is on Kindle Unlimited, and you know what, if you love all things spooky and paranormal, definitely add it to your Halloween TBR. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I do really love it, and I will probably be reading it this spooky season, to be honest. Basically, 4 college girls go to a haunted house tour on a Halloween night only to be attacked, and then they go home to find that the thing that attacked them followed them home, and they all live in an off-campus college house, and it's really fun. That's all I'm gonna say. Really creepy shit starts happening, and they have to try and get rid of the ghost. But it's short, it's sweet, it's fast-paced, it is very gripping. It will have you hooked, so pretty please go give it a shot. And I'm gonna stop talking because I feel like my brain hasn't even fully woken up yet, and I'm gonna go to work. Today I'm going to the gym, and I will be listening to this on audiobook, so I will keep you updated this afternoon. Little bestie over there, a little bit exhausted. So I just got back from the gym where I listened to this on the audiobook. It is so freaking good, so spooky. Right now it's sitting at like a 4.5 star for me. I dare say it really depends on what happens with the ending, but like it could be a 5-star read. I am 170 pages in. It says I have 2 hours and 45 minutes to go on the audiobook. I am about to take her for her afternoon W, and we go and watch the sunset and sit on the beach together, so that will probably be about like half an hour. Then I'm also going to cook tonight, and I always listen to an audiobook while I cook, so I'm flying through this book. I started it last night. I dare say I'm going to finish it tonight. Loving and adoring this book. And it's only Monday. Can you imagine if we read, as if like us, but could you imagine if I read more than like 3 books? I have to say, because I've been just like in the trenches of Zodiac Academy, those books are big. I'm talking like 1,000 pages. This feels like child's play. I'm like, I can read a book a day. Like, are you kidding? I can freaking power through anything now. It is Tuesday and I have finished The Girls Are Never Gone. Dare I say, look, I'm tossing up between like a 4.75 stars and a 5-star. I don't really know why. I'm like, oh, it was so good, but I don't know, guys. Let's just go with a 5-star. When I edit this, I'll put up somewhere if I change it to a 4.75 star, but it is a 5-star read. I'm just gonna say it's a 5-star read. I could have finished it last night. I had 50 minutes to go. I was reading and listening at the same time. You guys would have seen a reaction, something crazy gross happened. But I started getting so scared. I had to turn on all the lights around my apartment. I actually really started to get spooked. And usually, like, the books don't really creep me out that much. Like, it takes a lot to creep me out, but this really scared me. Like, this is a great paranormal thriller read. If you want anything ghosty, please go and read this. I have to say, ignore the Goodreads rating. I got into a whole conversation with this with a friend. I don't understand why horror thriller ghost books are so much lower. Like, commonly across the board, they're all low. Like, the average is 3.5 to 3.8 stars on Goodreads, and I think it's because paranormal and thriller is just such like a personal taste of what you like in a haunting and what you don't like in a haunting. Suffice to say, this was right up my alley. I freaking loved this, so much so I have abandoned the entire thriller TBR that I came up with. I know I have to listen to my mood reader instincts though, because all I want to do right now is go down an absolute rabbit hole of ghost thriller, supernatural, paranormal books. So I went deep diving on Goodreads today, and I have 3 books, all of which I have downloaded on Audible. 2 I cannot get on Kindle, 1 is on Kindle Unlimited. So starting off with the one that I am listening to that I have started, it is called The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James, and I'll put it on the screen, it'll be so much easier. I am going to listen to it on Audible. I know myself, I will also be ordering a trophy for when I finish if I like it. All I know about this is that it's got paranormal aspects and there is a serial killer and she works at a motel. That is all I know. That's all I want to know. I will keep you guys updated as I listen to it. The next one is We Live Here Now by Sarah. Now, the reason I'm not starting with this one is because they move into a new house and there's a haunting. And I didn't want anything that was too similar to this, because majority of the ones I also tried as well, I need to say. I tried to pick one that's on my physical TBR, but all of them were like, you go to a house to restore it and there's a haunting, and that's exactly what this book was. And I was like, that will be way too similar. Like, I need spooky, paranormal, supernatural, but not anything that's too similar, otherwise I know that I won't like it and I'll be comparing it. When Emily wakes from a coma following an accident that nearly kills her, she finds herself agreeing to move from London to the wild moors of Devon with her husband Freddie. A fresh start is exactly what their marriage needs. As their car pulls up to the Larkin Lodge, their dream country home, Emily's heart sinks. Outside, everything is covered in an icy grey mist. Inside, the air is filled with dust and abandonment. And then she finds the empty suite on the 2nd floor, a room so bleak, so cold, so void of anything good. Something bad happened in here. Someone died in here. Why can't Freddie feel the darkness that stirs within its walls? There's something wrong with the house. That's right. On Goodreads, it has a different synopsis, and basically there's a room on either the 3rd bedroom or it's on a 3rd floor. And only she can feel that something's wrong, and things only happen paranormally when she's alone, when Freddie's not there. So she's obviously like being targeted. So instant download. Then the next one is The Exorcist House by Nick Roberts. I'm excited for this one. Nervous though, because anytime I read a horror book that's written by a man, women are sexualized so badly. So it could be a DNF. I don't know. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I got it for $3.49 on Audible because it was having a sale. So I will let you know how that goes. They move into a farmhouse and they find a well in the basement that's boarded up and there's crosses everywhere, and then they open it and then they're like, oh, we just unleashed hell. If you find something boarded up and there are crosses on it, do not touch it. So this is going firmly on the shelf. You know what? This is 5 stars. Who am I freaking kidding? This is 5 stars. And I don't know, I just really liked it. So I will keep you updated. Like I said, I'm reading the motel one first, just because it's quite different from going into a house that is haunted. It's a different scenery, and it's also got the serial killer. So it will definitely be a good, like, different paranormal story to read in between this one and then either The Exorcist or We Live Here Now, which are both hauntings in a house. I hope you guys understand my logic with that. That's like picking up a fantasy book that's fae that you love, and then picking up another fae fantasy book and wishing that it was the same as the first. Like, if you're going to pick up another fantasy, it needs to be completely different. Like, pick witches or vampires or something. Hello, it is the next morning. I am listening to The Sundown Motel. Let me just tell you, every single one of y'all bitches need to read this book. I don't know why this book hasn't gotten more hype. This is amazing. I think I did see it like floating around on the internet maybe like a year or two ago, or maybe whenever it came out, but it needs to resurface on the internet, okay? Dual perspective timelines. Right now, present, her aunt went missing way back like 30 years ago, and we get her perspective. She's working in a motel, there's ghosts, there's paranormal things going on. She's working the night shift at the motel, and she's like, okay, there's some weird creepy shit going on. She goes missing, body never found again. Then we go back to the present, and she's like, why has no one looked for her? Why did my mum not talk about her? Her mum passes away, and to like deal with her grief, she's like, you know what, I'm gonna go track down what happened to her sister. So she goes to the motel. Guess what? There is a job available, the exact same job that her aunt worked when she went missing. So of course she takes the job, and she also works the night shift at the motel. I'm going to put an image here that really summarizes like the vibe of it. I found it on Pinterest. Shout out to whoever created the collage because it's chef's kiss. And then sure enough, as soon as she starts working there, ghosty shit starts happening. And to top this all off, during her aunt's day, there was a serial killer. So then she's trying to solve cases, and it's kind of, we don't really know if it's linked yet. I have listened to 2.5 hours so far. So good. I'm ordering the physical copy. I don't even care if I end up reading some of the physical copy, like, because I'll probably be done with this book by today or tomorrow morning, and I don't care if I end up reading it or not. I need a trophy of this book because it's so freaking good. I don't know why there's not more hype around it, but anyways, I've got 4 hours and 19 minutes to go. Today is like my active rest day, so I just end up going on really long walks, so I will probably listen to another like 2 hours of it today. Oh, but the book is so good, so freaking good. Please, I'm begging you guys to read it. And what was the other thing too? There's so many good thriller books. Watch me just read thriller books for a month. I keep forgetting that I'm vlogging. I just sat out on my balcony and ate lunch and laid in the sun while listening to the audiobook. I think because it's audiobook I keep forgetting to film, and I'm so sorry, but 3.5 hours ago, it's I think another 5-star read. We're on a roll with the 5-star reads for this video. I'm so excited. Sat down and chatted to you in like 2 days. I'm so sorry. First of all, yes, it was so good I ordered a physical copy. In fact, it was so good it's 6 stars, and in fact, it's so good I'm going to do a reread during Halloween in 2 months. That is how phenomenal this book was. I'm begging every single one of you to go and read it right now. It is amazing, phenomenal. So naturally when you read a 6-star read, the next book kind of flops. And that's all to say, this book is actually good. The book that I'm listening to on audiobook, We Live Here Now. Basically she gets into an accident and she's recovering. They move from London. This is how much I'm connected to this book. They move from somewhere into a new house, and she starts seeing things, but he's saying only she is seeing them. And she just had an issue with her injury where she literally had sepsis. I'm questioning a lot of things because I'm like, okay, is this an unreliable narrator? Like, is it only her that has seen these things? But then there's more stuff going on between her marriage with her and her husband. I don't really like the husband, if I'm being honest, and I don't really like his chapters. I'm just not connected to it because this was just so phenomenal. If I read this at a later date, it would have been like a 4.5 star read for me, but I read it straight after another paranormal read. Whatever paranormal or book I was going to read after this was not going to be given a fair chance, and that is so unfair to this book. It's short, it's fast paced, it is gripping, there's paranormal stuff right out the gate, there is conflict between her and her husband. The book is good. I just already want to go back and reread this book, and like there is nothing wrong about this book, nothing wrong about it. I just you know, when you read a 6-star read, the book after is just not, it's not this book, okay? Come on here and be like, guys, whatever book I read, I'm going to be comparing it, so I'm going to read a palette cleanser book. Do you think I did that? No, especially after using my Audible credits on this book. Like, of course I'm going to read it, so I'm liking it. I will be very interested to see where it goes. If it's a book where it's an unreliable narrator, I will not enjoy that. I will not enjoy it because I'm a firm believer of the paranormal. So I really like books where the paranormal hauntings are real and they're trying to get rid of it. That is what I enjoy most. So we shall see if I like this book. I will keep you updated. It is Friday. I have a lot of plans this weekend. So this is the third book of the reading vlog. I'm going to keep listening. I have 2.5 hours to go. I will finish sometime this weekend. I'll let you know. I also feel horrible because this video, it's kind of all been audible, so I haven't been able to like sit down and read, so I can't really film that for you guys. And when I am listening, like it's when I'm doing random shit. I was listening for an hour to this audiobook while I got my nails done, and then another hour while I was walking around the store running errands. Like it's just in random places where I can't really film, or if I do film, it's just turning into like a random vlog. I do apologize for that, but I will make it up to you guys during spooky season. I have a lot of things planned for spooky season. If you are a spooky book lover like myself, you're going to be fed in the month of October. So with that being said, I'm going to go now. That is all the updates I have. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. So this is signed copies of Breaking Point. If you guys didn't know, I am an author, and these are going out to bookstores. I just have to sign them before I send them to them. But Breaking Point is a high emotional stakes fake dating ice hockey romance book. Her mum is battling cancer. He just lost a family member. They are both dealing with very emotional topics, and the book is heavy, it is emotional, but it is fun and flirty. It's Sunday and I finished the thriller book. I think I actually finished it yesterday morning. Yeah, I did. It was yesterday morning, and then I was meant to film like my thoughts about it, but I completely forgot because I had a book signing yesterday. Anyways, it actually surprised me. It went from a 3-star to a 3.5 star read. I really want to preface this by saying, because the Sundown Motel was so good, that is why I didn't like love it as much, because the Sundown Motel was literally 6 stars, and anyone knows that when you read something so phenomenal, the next thing after you kind of compare, like you're looking for the same vibes, and like it gives the same vibes, but then you're like, oh, it's not really the same. Yeah, Lolo agrees. So as much as it was a good book, I unfortunately fell into the trap of the book after a 6-star read, which that's totally fine. But the ending really had me shocked. It was different. Let's just say that. It was different, and it made it go from a 3-star to a 3.5 star just because I purely just didn't see it coming. I find it so funny because I said something, I was like, what is this? That tied into it, and I was like, wow, did not see that coming. The Sundown Motel was so good. I was going to continue reading thrillers outside of this video. Like this is it of the video, but I picked up Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. Loving, by the way. However, I'm out of Spotify hours, and I was like, I don't want to buy it on Audible because I'm loving reading it physically. Like, I kind of already have the voices set in my head, and I don't know if anyone has this, but you'll read a book physically and then you'll switch over after 100 pages and the narrator could sound different to what you have in your head, and it kind of throws you off a little bit. So anyways, I didn't want to listen to that on my walk this morning. That's where I just came back from, and that's why Lola's panting. And I realized I had The Exorcist downloaded for this video. It was one of the books I downloaded just in case I wanted to read it. So I was like, hell yeah, like I'll listen to it. I'll just have like low expectations and kind of know like I won't really like it because, again, the Sundown Motel was so good. Guys, I'm only 3 chapters into this. It's good. It is good. I don't know if it's because I read like 60 pages of problematic summer romance and it kind of was like a palate cleanser. I don't know. Or maybe I just genuinely didn't like fully love and enjoy the book We Live Here Now, because I did like it. Like, it's 3.5 stars. It's not a bad book. There's something in this and I'm like, oh, this, I'm buckled in. Like, I'm buckled in, because We Live Here Now is morally grey characters, questionable narration, really fucking annoying characters in what they do as well. Like, you're screaming at it, and the house is fucking with their heads. It's making them do things that they don't want to do, which is great. That is a good book. But The Exorcist gives like Annabelle, Conjuring vibes, and I'm like in that mood because I'm pretty sure it's the last Conjuring movie is coming out September 5th, 2 days after my birthday, and I've been seeing trailers everywhere, as well as the new horror movie Weapons. If you guys can't tell, I fucking love everything horror and spooky. It scares the absolute daylights out of me, but I love it. And I've been watching a lot of horror trailers, so this just like is it's right in the alley of what I'm feeling. Oh, I wish I could like read it for this vlog, but it's on Audible. It is 9 hours, and because I listen at 2 times speed, it totally depends on the narration. I want to preface that by saying, and also I used to hear people be like, I listen at 2 times speed. I'm like, bitch, you're not hearing nothing. No, I've been listening to audiobooks for like 2 years, and very slowly, gradually, my listening speed has increased, which is kind of really cool to see. Anyways, if the narration is a bit slow, I'll do 2 times, but otherwise my average is like 1.8, and I understand that is quicker. So if you guys are like, oh, I wish I could do that, trust me, over time it will naturally progress and happen. So I've only got like 4 hours left, so if I like finish it today, it's Sunday, so it's like my reset day. So I'm doing laundry, I'm going to the grocery store, I am going out for breakfast with one of my friends, so I won't be listening then, obviously. But Sundays are my reset days, and I always listen to a lot of audiobooks, so I wasn't planning to film, but this book is so freaking good, so I'll just keep you updated. I'm not gonna do it vlog style of like, oh, me listening to the no, I'm just gonna keep cutting, and it's gonna be me being like, I fucking love this, or it will be I'm shit scared, or it will be, oh, I fucking hate this, this took a turn. This book is so scary. I've only just listened for another 15 minutes. Guys, I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Oh my god. Hi, Future Mads back here again, because I apparently forgot to talk about all the books I read this week and my ratings. I even forgot to finish this vlog. I was all over the place in this vlog, and I apologize. So I'm here to tell you my thoughts and reviews. I'm going to get the only book that I didn't have the best time or fun reading during this reading vlog out of the way, and that is We Live Here Now. Granted, I read a phenomenal 6-star read in this vlog, and we all know that when we pick up a book after a 6-star read, we know it's gonna flop. It doesn't matter how good the book is, because you're well, sometimes you compare it, sometimes you still want to be in that book that was 6 stars that you just read. You're not over the 6-star read yet, and that is exactly what happened to me with this book. And also, I think outside of it, it's not paranormal read that I kind of gravitate towards, where it's just gaslighty. I don't like the feeling of being gaslit. I've been gaslit by men predominantly my entire life because I have a narcissistic father. So I do not like being gaslit in books. If I wanted to be gaslit, I would go pick up the phone and call my sperm donor. But I don't do that because I don't want to be gaslit. So when it comes to books that are very gaslighty, I don't like it. I'm going to leave that there. I still think people should read it because I actually understand why people love it so much. I personally just didn't vibe with it, didn't mesh with it, because I read this. right before, if I'm going to recommend any book from this damn video, let it be this. Please put this on your fall TBR, put this on your spooky TBR, just put this on your damn thriller TBR. This has dual timeline, it has dual perspective, it has paranormals, and it has a serial killer and cold cases. So good. I still think about this, and it's so good, in fact, that I'm literally planning to do a reread. This thriller, rewind, this spooky season. I clearly cannot talk right now. Phenomenal. This is so, oh my god, it's Riley Sager. Slay. Love Riley Sager. He's a deliciously creepy, a chilling blend of mystery and ghost story, and that is true. Go read it. The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. Then that brings us on to the first book that I read, which is a YA thriller, The Girls Are Never Gone. I actually love this. Like, really love this, and it's so different to the Sundown Motel, and I just love that, but it's still a paranormal spooky vibe. So I'm pretty sure I did walk you guys through it. Look, I think that this for me would be like 4.75 stars, just purely because I read this in the same week. And look, when you read a 6-star read, unfortunately books around that time, like, their rating goes down naturally because it just isn't close to the feeling of a 6-star book. Then last but not least, a book that I actually ordered to have a trophy. It's coming on its way. This is the one that surprised me at the end that I apparently just forgot to talk about. I listened to it in a day. It was so good. And that is The Exorcist House. This is creepy. This is so scary. I got scared in broad daylight. I did the audiobook. I highly recommend the audiobook. It was really good, but it is on Kindle Unlimited. Can't say much about it. All I'm going to say is, if you love Annabelle, you love The Conjuring, you like Paranormal Activity, go read this book, because it's that in a book format. It is phenomenal. And also, there's not a lead up. There's not a slow-mo. It is like the movies. We go bam, straight off the gate. It is terrifying. Brief pause to talk to you guys about today's sponsor, aka me. It is spooky season, so I am here to tell you to add this to your TBR. It is on Kindle Unlimited, but you can also get this stunning, gorgeous paperback off of Amazon. Now, Deadly Occupants is Pretty Little Liars meets Paranormal Activity. It follows 4 college girls who go to a haunted house tour on Halloween night. They get attacked by something. It's so fun. Then they go home to find that the thing that attacked them actually followed them home. And there is also a mystery of some sorts with the female main character. Story. Look, I can't say much without spoiling that part, but just know that this is literally Pretty Little Liars meets Paranormal Activity meets like The Deal, in the sense of the off-campus like housing vibe and found family vibe. It is so fun. It is great. Please go add her to your TBR. She is fast. You will devour her. She's fun and she gives vibes. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to go check out Deadly Occupants and add it to your TBR this spooky season. And I'm so happy that spooky season is upon us. It is my favorite season. I love summer, but Halloween is to die for. Love it. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you love this video. Let me know what vlog you want to see me do next, and I'll see you next week. Mwah. Love you. Bye.